Welcome to this week of Fly Rod Chronicles.
Oh, how about catching?
Holy cow!
That's a big one.
We're in Cayo Coco in Cuba.
Dude, we're gonna have to get a picture of this guy. He's a beast. Look here, look at this. I'm gonna tell you what, it doesn't get any prettier than that right there.
Traveling the world, fishing, enjoying the great outdoors. Those are things that would have seemed impossible to me when I was a kid growing up in the mountains of West Virginia. I'm a lucky man, and I never want to forget it, and I'm hoping that sharing my experiences with folks will inspire them to do the same. I'm Curtis Fleming, and these are my Fly Rod Chronicles.
Welcome to this week of Fly Rod Chronicles. We're in Cayo Coco in Cuba. And as you can tell, with a smile on my face, I am jacked about this trip. Just being in Cuba, knowing that back home in the hills of West Virginia, they got 1.5 feet of snow, and we're out here enjoying this climate, enjoying this weather. It is breathtaking. But come check out my world for the next week as we catch bonefish. And this is going to be our world this week. No. Please untie. Oh no. No, I don't want to lose him this way. No, that's not how I want to lose him because he's a good. Oh, thought we were cooked there, buddy. This is a huge bone. Okay, I'm gonna keep. I mean, he's giving my FRC 8-weight signature rod, everything. All right, you coming to the front? That's a nice one, huh? Oh my gosh! Holy cow! My gosh! Oh, my man, Joe, that's a beast. You know, we did our homework with Avalon Fishing Company. Cuba is a place to go for big permit and lots of permits. So that's what we set out to do. Right here. In the past, all the times that we fish for permit, it's about spotting the permit. And it takes really good eyes to find those permit, and you rely on your guides. This was a little different. We were spotting rays. If you saw stingray, more than likely, there's a permit hovering around that stingray. So our guides would be like, all right, there's a ray, let me check it out. Then you're looking for a telling permit, and then it's like, okay, throw at the ray. I didn't get it at first, but what's really going on here is the rays they're digging and they're trying to get crabs. Well, they're not really good fishermen like the permit are. And when they stir all that up, the permit just come in, kind of reminds me of my old neighbor that always stopped by lunch, you know? I mean, they're just cleaning up all the seconds and everything. So more than likely, you see a ray, you cast it a ray, and you're gonna see a permit. All right, so this is the time that I get to make excuses. You know what? Every now and then, Mother Nature gets involved, and it shuts things down. It seemed like every time we get on a permit, these permits were really spooky. At one point, I mean, the wind was just bad. That can be good, and that can work into your favor, but it didn't that day. Sometimes we'd get on them right at high noon, and you'd have the sun above you, and as soon as that line would hit, they would spook. It just seemed like every chance that we got, and I'll take a little ownership to this, either I blew my shot or, you know, things just didn't line up. So, you know, Curtis being Curtis, I got to catch fish. And then when I saw the size of the bonefish, I was like, let's take a break. Let's go catch some bones.
Can't get enough of Fly Rod Chronicles? Check us out online. This segment is brought to you by Fly Rod Chronicles Signature Rods.
Welcome back to Fly Rod Chronicles. We're down here in Cuba with Avalon Fishing Company. It's day 2. You know, yesterday we had a tough day with the permit. Again, I had shots. We can blame it on Mother Nature, we can blame it on Curtis. I like blaming it on my camera guy or my guide, but anyway, we had shots. Bonefish. You know, again, I see the size of the bonefish, I'm hooked. I'm wanting to catch some bonefish.
Oh, I see it. He's a jewel.
Where's the line?
Sounds better. Good bonefish, huh? Yeah. Stubborn, huh?
Not happy.
No, not happy. Bad day. Nice. That's a big one. Can I get a photo?
You know what was cool? Every morning when we'd get everything packed up, we would have the bus waiting for us right outside the lodge. I don't know how to explain the bus, but I think they call them the drunk bus because there's all kinds of room in there, and it was almost an hour commute to the marina. So I'd always sneak a nap in, and I think Rick, he'd sneak maybe like 2 or 3 naps in on the way there.
Yeah.
And then once you get there, literally, it's time to set up and go.
Oh, big one, big one. Oh, how about catch? That's a big one. There's a knot in my line too. It's a really good bone. Hello, backing. That's not gonna be good, is it? If he gets in that brush, we're done. No, he's gonna punk me.
Can't get enough of Fly Rod Chronicles? Check us out online. This segment is brought to you by Fly Rod Chronicles Signature Rods.
Welcome back to Fly Rod Chronicles. We're down here in Cuba.
You know, again, we rely heavily on our guides. You know, those local guides, they see things that we don't see. And you know, they're doing it for 300 days out of the year, and they know what they're looking for. All once my guide's like, hey man, big bonefish. Told me where to throw. All I had to do was just see a little bit of a shadow. I throw, and all at once, man, the FRC signature rod is bent. And you know, when you hook up to a bonefish, as you see, you're into your backing really quick. There is one mangrove that I have to avoid in the whole entire freaking ocean. One mangrove about the size of my Yeti cup. I mean, literally just sticking up in the middle of nowhere. I got this. I'm not even close to it. It's like that bonefish knew, I'm gonna find that mangrove. I'm muscling it. I'm trying to do everything. I know it's my biggest bonefish. I don't want to break it off. What's he do? Takes me to the one mangrove that's in Cuba, wraps me around, takes the tension off, and
if he gets in that brush, we're done. But I may have just gotten him on this side of that. No, he's gonna punk me.
Game over. It's what makes you get up early the next morning. It's what makes you want to come back.
Anyway, not cool. All right.
So I get a little break from the camera. All cameras on Rick. You know, he's jacked. One thing about Rick, we don't do a coin toss. I think Rick does his homework and looks for bios of guides and always draws, you know, the guide that's going to put him on the most fish. Well, Rick's guide knew where all the permit was. I mean, Rick wasn't casting at just single and double permit. He had the opportunity to cast at schools of permit. And, you know, cameras wasn't on me, so this is, you know, it's my turn to tell you about how many permit I caught that day, but no proof. But anyway, Rick, he's on the move. He's got his guide. He's got everything working for him. He's chasing permit.
I saw him when they turned sideways, huh? Stick around for a little more Fly Rod Chronicles.
Can't get enough of Fly Rod Chronicles? Check us out online. This segment is brought to you by Fly Rod Chronicles Signature Rods.
You know, my buddy Rick, this is like his 14th trip to Cuba. I know that it's called me back. I know that I'm gonna continue to go back to Cuba. And it's mainly because of Avalon Fishing Company. These guys, they do it upright. They are very attentive to detail. They've got everything figured out from your trip over to the time you land, you're taken care of. And fish, this is Yankee Stadium. This is it right here. If you're looking for that trip of a lifetime, check these guys out at Avalon Fishing Company, because these guys got it going on. And I guarantee you, well, I know Rick will be back. Matter of fact, as we're doing this right now, Rick probably is already back. I'm going back.
It's IGFA Catch of the Week.
All right. There's a bunch of them there, wasn't there? All right. Good eye, good eye. We're back to our backing again. Deep into the backing. We can turn him away. Man, it's windy, and the dust has been kicked up a little bit here. Dude, we're gonna have to get a picture of this guy. He's a beast. Good fish, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Like Kerns, or are you gonna go by yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. If you get him for me, I'd like to get a picture with him.
It's time for Trout Unlimited Release of the Week.
Oh, he double backed, didn't he? Almost missed him, didn't I? Look at in the background. Some birds singing. Look here, look at this. I'm gonna tell you what, if it doesn't get any prettier than that right there, you got a real zipping. You got birds of all colors flying. That is crazy. Look at that. Did you plan this today? Yeah, good job, Joe. Everybody wants the front row seat, don't they? Wow. Man, these are one of those things that goes in the memory bank that you don't ever forget. But I'll tell you what, it's been an incredible trip down here in Cuba with our good friends from Avalon. And it may take another show just to get this fish in. But as you can tell, just look at my world. This is my world right here. Hear this thing. Thanks for hanging out. Gotta get this fish in. Come back for some more Fly Rod Chronicles next week. Let's get this guy in. There we go. Let's get on here just like this. just like Joe taught me. Put it right here. I'm gonna pop the fly like that. And we're gonna let him go back.
Fishing bum if I don't have a gas.